Hey folks, this is Slash. Welcome back to Kerbal's space program. We are currently tracking asteroid Tal 991. On its course, it has now entered the sphere of influence of Kerbin, and it has a periapsis of 8 million meters, and it will reach there in about 3.5 Kerbal days. So, it is about time that we get up there and prep for this mission. I want to make sure that it doesn't swing past us here, so we need to get our guys up and into position as soon as possible. Let's go ahead and fast forward a little bit here, just to get a daytime launch. It's nice that you're able to do that from here now. Ooh. And sunrise! Heading to the launch pad. We have the Grabber. This is our asteroid redirect system. We're gonna send Jebediah, Bob, and Kerfry up because apparently Bill is still regenerating from our disastrous Laythe lander test flight. So let's go ahead and head to the launch pad. I'll show off the ship a little bit while we are heading into orbit. And here we are. This is the Grabber. And the design here with these tanks on the sides and the, what are these called? Nuclear engines? That's what they're called. This is very similar to a design I saw in one of Kurt J. Mack's videos. And it seemed like it worked well for him. And I rather liked the aesthetic of it as well. So I decided that that was the direction I was going to go with this vessel. So, without further ado, let's SAS on. I believe I have these guys already throttled down here so that they won't overheat. Yep. 80, 75, very good. So, in 3, 2, 1, launch! It's not speedy off the launch pad by any means, but it'll get the job done, I'm pretty sure. Alright, we're coming up on staging here pretty soon. These Separatrons are set at a lower fuel value, and here we go. Oh, man. That overheat almost crossed the threshold. We almost lost the main engine there. But we have survived, thank goodness. And we are continuing to ascend. These guys, not so confident. Jeb, thrilled as always. Alright, we've got our apoapsis 30 seconds ahead of us, so we are going to start our gravity turn here. Pitching over ever so carefully. We're very top heavy with this thing on, so do not want to risk tipping over too far. Just tapping that D key. In retrospect, what I should have done with this is the same thing that I did with, not too far. I should have done the same thing with this that I did with the plane, the space plane one from last episode, and turned it 90 degrees in the hangar. Alright, here we go, staging. Yeah, get rid of them. Okay, fantastic. Now I think we can tip over a little bit more. And at this point, we're going to switch views. We're going to keep an eye on this apoapsis and see how we're doing here, because we should have sufficient fuel. For some reason, the staging setup doesn't always give you the right option. So this time it might. That's a 12,000. Yeah, okay, so stage only I think is telling me how much we actually have in the stage. Sometimes with asparagus staging, you don't necessarily get that. And it's misleading. You just get the total for the entire vessel. I'm going to tip over here just a little bit more. It's a little hairy around this part, but I think we're going to be okay. Seems to be holding up just fine. Alright, I should, unless there's some sort of disaster about to befall me, tempting fate there, I should see you guys in Kerbin orbit. Alright, and here we are in a 91 by 99 kilometer orbit around Kerbin, with a little bit of fuel left in our launch stage anyway. Look at that. About, I don't know, what is that, third of a tank, I guess? A little more than a third of a tank? Not too shabby. So I think we're going to go ahead and burn about half of that right now. What is that? Alright, let's aim for about 1,200 or so here. I want to push this orbit out pretty far from Kerbin. The asteroid's coming in at 8 million meters, and I want to be able to orbit about maybe 2 million meters above Kerbin. A higher orbit than I've really parked in before, but I think it's going to give us, one, it's going to give us the ability to time warp a bit faster than we would in low Kerbal orbit. Two, I think the delta V for the inclination change that we're going to need, which you will see pretty soon, is fairly significant. There's the asteroid. Here's our target. Let's set it as a target right here. Our inclination change is 46 degrees. That's coming in at a crazy angle, and we gotta match that if we're gonna rendezvous with it. And if I understand orbital mechanics right, the bigger our orbit is around Kerbin, the cheaper in terms of delta V this inclination change ultimately becomes. So I'm gonna use the rest of this stage when I get out to the apoapsis and push the periapsis out however far 1,200 units of liquid fuel gets me. Stage, and then when I get here, I will do half of the inclination change, and at the ascending node I'll do the other half, in the hopes that that will even out the orbit, because when you do the inclination change, it ends up pushing out one end of your orbit kind of oblong, unless you compensate for that by firing in a slightly off direction, not right on the perpendicular. But I feel like it might be a more efficient use of fuel to go ahead and let it extend out in both, and do it on both sides so it extends out in both directions. And then we'll have a nice big orbit that we should be able to get the timing right on getting a rendezvous with our asteroid, hopefully out here near its periapsis, but anywhere along its path here near Kerbin would be fine by me. Maybe down here somewhere would be a little bit better. Probably actually not near the periapsis now that I think about it, because it's going to be going the fastest. It's going to take more delta V to slow it down here than it will here. So maybe I'll aim to rendezvous down here somewhere. I don't know, we'll play it by ear. We'll figure it out when we get there. Alright, I failed to consider that last stage, as it burnt fuel, it was going to become more efficient, so it actually pushed the apoapsis out pretty close to where I wanted it anyway. We're going to go ahead and do our correction inclination here, and depending on how it goes, let's see, what is it actually going to do here? If I start pulling this up, okay, that's going to push this end out even further, which is not really what I want. Now what happens, it's not showing me the ascending node, but I'm assuming it's here. What happens if we do this? That seems to be having essentially the same effect. Pushing the apoapsis out. Okay, well, I guess we'll just have to live with that. Let's do our maneuver here, and we'll plan to do at least... Go away. We'll plan to at least do part of this here. And if we get an ascending node showing up, maybe we'll fix it then. What were we at? 46, so this is... Let's go 23 or so. Yeah, perfect. We're gonna make this our next maneuver, and then adjust it further on the other side, I suppose. Maybe we'll push this periapsis out a bit more as well when we get out here, but we're gonna get here first. So that's our next move. We'll see you there. Oh, and before we do that, we're on the dark side right now, but I'm gonna put the solar panels out. And then we'll head over to that node. Okay, our inclination is now partially adjusted. I've got a maneuver node planned for evening out our orbit here, making a 2.3 kilometer... No. 2.3 million meter, 2.3 thousand kilometer, 2.3 megameter? I guess? You know, you never hear anybody say megameter. And I don't understand why not. It's a cool word. Anyway, it's going to circularize our orbit, and then over here-ish, then we're going to finish our inclination adjustment. 3, 2, 1, burn. Alright. Looking pretty cool there, guys. Looking pretty cool. Other than missions actually leaving Kerbin's sphere of influence, I don't know that we've ever been this far out from Kerbin. It looks pretty neat. Fitting into the view like that. Okay, after a little finagling, we have a 0-degree descending node. So we are on the same plane as Tal 991. And we've got a 2.3 by 2.1 million meter orbit. Next, the tricky part. Next, we have to figure out where to burn outward to this asteroid so that we can meet up with it. And ooh, that looked really good. That was really close. What kind of separation are we talking about there? Okay, that just looked really close. Never mind. It's all a matter of perspective. Okay, so let's see here. If we do that, it passes us up. So we gotta go out there further. Right? No, wait, what's going on? Do we go up here further? Is that what's happening? Or... okay, wow. Okay, that would be a major speed differential to do it like that. What happens if I snow? Okay. Speed up. Alright, that gets us pretty close to intersecting, but man, we're gonna be going significantly different speeds there. Just different velocities. Okay. Very interesting. Okay, what do we pull this back? What is the periapsis here? 8.1. So we don't want to go any further out than... Well, I guess we can go further out than 8.1. Okay, so here we've got intersect 1, target position at intercept. So we got there, we're ahead of it. Right? So we need to come out this way a little bit more. And then, oh, what do we got here? That's pretty close. That's 200 kilometers. Okay, let's bring this up a little bit. There, like that. And then, oh, right. Come on, give it to me. Where is it? I had it. Oh, you saw it. You saw it. Where is it? Come on, come back to me. Ah, there. Something like that. That is pretty darn close. I'm like leaning forward in my chair here, as if staring closer at it is going to get me closer to it. Alright, what if we tweak this a little bit? That's pushing those further apart. Okay, I'm going to play with this a little bit, see how close I can get it. Alright, I got a real good one right here, it looks like. Just fine-tuning it a little bit. Oh, no, don't go away, come back. I've got 13.7 kilometers. I will take that. It's a 1 minute 20-second burn. Coming up in 2 hours 12 minutes. So we launched at a good time because we're gonna actually do one more orbit and then slingshot ourselves out there. Pretty happy with that. Alright, I'm gonna quick save real quick. Did it take? Yes, it did. Fantastic. So we're gonna do this maneuver and then we'll swing out towards the asteroid. Perfect. Alright, we have done our maneuver to intercept, and it has put us within 12 to 15 kilometers. The game can't figure it out. Now, here's the real kicker. When we get out here, we're going to need to speed up like we're escaping Kerbin in order to match velocities with this guy, this asteroid. And in addition, we have to change this angle here So our maneuver is going to end up being something like this. As soon as I get it all tweaked properly. And the reason that I'm bothering to set up this maneuver, whereas I could just match, use the target speed and target prograde, retrograde markers, is I want to have an idea of how long it's going to take. So there we go. That pretty much lines it up perfectly with the asteroid's flight path. And that's going to take 2.5 minutes to achieve that. So I have to be prepared to start burning 115 or so out from this point. And it's going to be a little bit of a wait. They've been up in space for a day just getting ready, and they got to wait a day just to catch up with it. So I'm not going to make you wait a day, though. I'm only going to make you wait 5 seconds. Start counting. And here we go, burning to try to set ourselves up properly for the rendezvous. Let's see if we can't switch to target mode here. And yes, target mode shows that we are burning more or less to cancel out our momentum. I'm actually going to line up more properly here. And we're going to let this burn down. I'm actually going to physical time warp to speed up the process of these nuclear engines, because they are a slow burn. Little bit of delta V, much less fuel consumption. That's the motto of the nuclear fuel engine company, I guess. Yeah, we should be coming up here pretty soon. Okay, yeah, we are time warped. Gotta be careful here. Alright, let's bring this down. Let's get rid of this. This isn't doing us any favors now. Now we're just following this and waiting for this to get to a 0. We're close to it. Let's stop there, because we are still heading towards it. And let's see what we've got. Looks pretty well matched up to me. It's a little bit off there, but we won't be going out that far to worry about it. Now, somewhere around here, there should be, pretty close, an asteroid. Is this it? Or is that Mun? I think that's Mun. Doesn't seem like it. I would expect it to be tumbling. Or something. But we are still heading towards it. Not sure when our... Okay, it's behind us still. Okay. Let's see here. I think I'm going to try to... I think we're going to bring this around. I think we're going to increase our speed towards it. Try to meet up a little bit faster than this, because I'm concerned that we don't meet up for a while. And I don't want to be too far out in system by the time we meet up. So let me do a little adjustment here. Try and get directly on its path. There we go. And let's bring it up here to maybe 100 meters per second for the time being. And hopefully we'll get wherever this encounter thing is. Hopefully it will come in here somewhere. Alright, I'm stopping at 125 meters per second because I'm getting nervous. Hopefully we should cross paths. Right here where we're crossing paths is where our encounter should be, since we're heading right for it. So I'm going to get myself spun around here for the retrograde burn. And then I'll time warp up to that, although, while I'm thinking about it, let's hit the quick save button. And then we will, hopefully be able to see this guy. It's the smallest class asteroid that there is, so I'm not expecting much out of it, but hopefully it will at least be visible soon. And since we're pointing backwards, we should be able to see it come up on us pretty quick. I'm going to put a little maneuver node here if I can. Yeah. Just so that I have an idea of when I need to worry about burning. Not to actually set up anything, but just to have an idea. Now, if we look in the direction we're facing, can we see an asteroid? No. We're there. No sign of it yet. Alright, let's fast forward a little bit. Alright, it's less than 15 kilometers away. Gonna time warp a bit more. We're gonna get this down within a kilometer, and then we're gonna look for it out the window, so to speak. 7, 6, 5. Oh, so close. Oh wait, is it moving away now? It's moving away. No, bad. Bad target. There it is. All right, let's cancel out all of our current momentum. We whipped right past it. That's fine though. We should have plenty of fuel still to manage this. So we're gonna cancel out this momentum, and then we're gonna aim right at it. Now that we've got it in our sights out the window, it should be a little bit easier to navigate our way to it. All right, we're within a kilometer now. I'm gonna bleed off some of this speed. Let's take us down to about 10 meters per second. Oh, here it comes. I can barely see it. It's so tiny. Oh, stop there. Yeah, that is ridiculous, this guy. But you can see a little bit of that rocky shape now. Maybe. I don't know if you can on YouTube, but you can see it here on my screen. That there's a little bit of, it's like a lump of coal here. It's almost completely obscured by the text. Should pass pretty close to us, so we won't slow down quite yet. Alright, I think that's close enough. Let's go ahead and bleed off the rest of this momentum. Perfect. Now, we close enough. Target center of mass. Haha! Fantastic. Alright. Do we have lights on this guy? No. Doofus. Why did I put lights on it? Alright, let's point ourselves over to it here. I'm swinging the wrong direction. And let's arm the grabber. That looks so cool. Alright, let's get ourselves turned properly this time. Okay, whoa. Alright. Yep, I got lots of momentum. Thank you very much. Alright. SAS on. And let's burn towards it here. Get our momentum fixed. There we go. Forward ho! What's our range to it here? It's not telling me. Oh, there we go. Oh, did it change? Is it not target now? Oh, target center of mass. Okay, maybe it doesn't... It's not showing me this information now because I'm targeting the center of mass, not the actual object. As weird as that sounds, I think that's probably what's going on here. So, I can work with that. That's not a problem. We are 90 meters in closing. I think we can get rid of this now, actually. What do you guys think? Oop. I can't see it out the window right now. Should be able to see it when we get it latched on, though, so we'll take a look then. 70. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and time warp us a little bit, because I don't want to go any faster than the 1 meter per second I'm going. Alright, here we go. Coming in. Should just go ahead and grab on. Let's slow it down a little bit. Oh, I think we got it. Yep. Oh, and we can rename the asteroid now. Let's see. We're going to call this... let's see. Jebediah is here. Kerfry's here. Jeb's going to want to name it after himself, I'm sure. So let's go with... Jebsteroid. Exclamation point! Yes, indeed. This is Jebsteroid. So if I click away and click back, does it say Jebsteroid? Ah, that's fantastic. Alright, now while we are still out here at this orbit, let's go ahead and get Jeb out. That looks hilarious. Alright, we'll let go. Drift away here a little bit. We'll get our lights on. And our RCS on. And let's swing down here a little bit. Clip into it. And let's go ahead and get a sample. Collect a sample while the asteroid is high over Kerbin. So each of these is actually worth different science value. Or not worth different science value, but they're worth distinct science value. Meaning that me grabbing a sample high over Kerbin is going to be distinct from grabbing a sample in low Kerbin orbit, or, in orbit around Mun, even. Whatever. But I think what we're going to do with this guy now is we're going to... I can't untarget it. I'm just going to go to Orbit Cam here. And I think we're just going to slow ourselves back down into orbit so that we don't go flying off into the rest of the solar system here. What is... That's weird. Anyway, sorry, got distracted. Let's get ourselves back into Kerbin orbit. I want to try and get into a low Kerbin orbit for more science, and then we're going to try to land this thing somewhere soft. Soft landing on the surface. So, we'll give that a shot here in a second. But first, we got to get back to Kerbin. So, is it going to turn okay with that attached? Seems to be. What's the view look like in here? You got something on your windshield, guys. And it's called an asteroid. Oh, it's a little unwieldy with this asteroid attached, but we're doing alright. Let's go to this view so that we can see what we're doing. Let's see how we're doing on fuel as well. Should be just fine. We've got plenty of monopropellant as well, so if we needed to, we'd be able to use some of that, I think. I'm trying very hard to stay on this retrograde marker just to increase our fuel efficiency. But we need to bring this arc back in, get ourselves in orbit again. Try and get that periapsis down. I want to try to get it within 100. And there we go. Our orbit is going to be about 71 kilometers, our periapsis, I should say. And that will get us in pretty darn close to the planet, which should be... this way? Where are you, Kerbin? I can't even see you, I don't think, from out here. I should be able to. Oh, there you are. Could not find you. You sneaky guy. Alright, let's time warp up here to our close encounter with Kerbal kind. Whoa, okay. There we go. That came up quick. So once we get within 100,000 meters, which is going to happen real fast, we're going to send Bob out this time to EVA, just for fun. Send someone different. We should be in orbit, just in orbit around Kerbin, or in space near Kerbin, or something different from what we had before. So let's see, can you reach it from here? No. How about here? No? There? Nope. Okay. Can you climb the... What are you holding on to? It's like you're climbing the thing. Alright, let go. It's like he was climbing the grabber somehow. I didn't think there were climbable surfaces on there. Oh, there we go. Take sample while in space near Kerbin. Very good. So that's completely different value, or completely different science from what we got previously. So now we've got 2 of those in here. And now comes the real fun part. Now we've got a pretty decent amount of fuel in here, so I'm going to go ahead and start burning retrograde. Even though it would be more efficient to do it elsewhere, I'm going to go ahead and do it now. It would actually be most efficient for me to do a little puff at the other end of the orbit to bring us down within the atmosphere, but I don't really mind doing a burn here, because this is the end of the mission. I got nothing else to do with this vessel. Might as well burn up the rest of the fuel that they've got left. See, they agree. They're all happy. So we're going to get pointed backwards here. We'll do a quick little cheat to stabilize our rotation, and we're just going to go full throttle and see what kind of impact we have. Now, since we're doing this ahead of the periapsis, it is starting to drop, but I don't think we did it in time to get the periapsis within the atmosphere, so we are going to bounce back up. But it is bringing our apoapsis down, and that will save us some time on that end. Probably we're going to end up swinging around for a whole other orbit, though. Alright, I've already pretty much killed the orbit just from burning retrograde here, and I'm putting in a little maneuver to adjust our heading so that we come down over more landmass. Kerbin's going to rotate this way, counterclockwise, while we're getting into position for that, so we'll actually be going over a lot more land than it looks like here. But I wanted to ensure a landing, because I'm not sure how it works with an asteroid crash down in the water. I don't know if that's going to succeed or not. But I know that I can land an asteroid on land. I had done it before off camera, so I want to stick with what I know, basically. But we're going to get in position for this burn. And then we should be able to more or less just glide her in. As much as one can glide a giant space rock anyway. Alright, I think that's going to do the job. There's Wash landed. I don't know why I didn't end up picking that up. That must have been that, because we crashed the last one. I think I did a test flight off camera, and that must be that one. And I never ended up picking up the plane afterwards. But, yeah, we are on this course when we get periapsis at 400 meters, yeah. When we get down within the atmosphere, atmospheric drag is going to slow us down, and we should land somewhere on this big continent over here, and hopefully be able to get out and get one more sample off of this asteroid. So, we will see you when it is close to landing time. We're coming in hot, space rock first. Look at those re-entry effects coming off of the rock. That's awesome. And the view inside, oops, that's the wrong button. The view inside, of course, big rock. Yep, big rock and some motion, but big rock. What about you? Yep, big rock and sky. Big rock and sky. And then you. Good times. Whoa! Where are we? Where are we? Okay, we zoomed in really close. There's some re-entry effects. Let's put it against the night side. There we are. Oh, yeah. Looks amazing. Where's the map have us putting down? Good, good, very good. Yep, no chance we're going to hit the water at this point. That is fantastic. I did pack 2 parachutes on this thing. That should be sufficient. Once we're past the re-entry effects, I'm actually going to flip this guy around and try to bleed off as much horizontal velocity as I can. Let's turn the SAS off before we run out of electrical charge, though. Can't extend the solar panels to recharge because the wind will just rip them off. Alright, atmospheric drag effects seem to be reducing. I'm going to throw the SAS on here shortly and throttle up. We were already turning around just from the force of, I guess, drag? Although drag isn't really modeled in this game, so I don't know what's causing us to turn around. let's switch to surface view. There we go. Beautiful. Alright, I think we're gonna go to... Oh, we're gonna touch down in the mountains. That might be problematic, but... Oh well. What can you do? I think we're gonna go down here. Try and get this as small as possible, really. Because I don't want to have a whole lot of residual velocity when I separate and deploy the chutes. Okay, I think that's enough. Let's jettison. Jettison. There we go. And now, let's see, can we flip ourselves around? Just enough that we've got some parachute room. Yes, okay, deploy the chutes. And the guys are upside down. And it's out of our hands now. There's nothing that we can do. Hopefully we just slow down enough the chutes don't rip off. Let's watch them here. Should deploy very, very soon. Oh my gosh, we're coming in really hot. Okay, there. Whew. And kerplow! There goes the rest of that ship. And what is our descent velocity? Let's go into the cabin for that. Surface speed 17 meters per second. That's a bit speedy. We're plummeting straight down. Jeb, is this the angle we're supposed to see the horizon at? Don't worry about it. And impact. And oh my gosh, don't roll over on us. Oh, oh, oh! We're surviving. We're surviving. We're surviving. We're surviving. Okay. All right. Oh man. I can't believe we're not getting crushed under the weight of this thing. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Okay, did we stop? Are we stopped? I think we're stopped. Can we get out? Can we get Can we get out? Oh man. Where's the crew hatch? I don't know if we can get out. Let's try an EVA, Jeb. Okay, we can get out. Great. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and take the data, just in case I can't get back in. Oh, I can get back in. Well, hold on. That was silly. Hold on, EVA. Take the data. Alright, now. Let go. Oof. Oh, yeah, I can get back in. Okay. Not a problem. Let's walk right up to this asteroid that we have landed on the surface of Kerbin and take a sample from Jebsteroid at Kerbin's Highlands. Oh, man, that's fantastic. Let's save that, and save that. Thank you very much. I already have that sample, I believe, right? Yeah, already stored in this module. That's a real personal way of thinking about Jebediah. Alright, we climb back in. And let's go ahead and release. And we'll disarm. And await pickup. Recover vessel. Fantastic. 4 experiments recovered. We got recovery of the vessel from Kerbin orbit counts for nothing. But we got 3 times 60 sciences, giving us 279, which I think is pointless at this point, because I'm pretty sure that we've unlocked everything that the R&D tree... Oh no, not quite all of it. We've got this guy, lightweight composites, and we got this guy, heavy aerodynamics. I don't think there's much beyond these two, though, which is fine. But let me see, does it say anything in the science archives? What if I go... Oh, here, asteroid sample. There we go. Perfect. Surface landed, in space low, and in space high. Great. Alright, well, I think that's going to do it for this episode. Does it show in the tracking station while I talk us out? Next time, hopefully we will begin our journey out to Jool and ultimately Laythe. Yep, there it is. Oh, it still has the asteroid Tal whatever name here. And it gives me the option to recover it, or fly it. That's kind of hilarious. But yeah, it's got the towel name on this view. We're tracking 3 other asteroids. They're pretty far out. I don't know necessarily that we're going to be getting them anytime in the near future. This guy's 46 days out, and this guy is 22 days out. Maybe we'll launch another one of these up. I'm not sure. That's a Class D. That's pretty huge. That's another Class A. You know what? We have a Class A. I don't... Space object. Doesn't even count as a Class A thing anymore, I guess, since we connected to it. But we already have a Class A, although maybe we'll collect it and we'll try to get it into orbit around Mun or something, just for fun. Just for a size comparison more than anything else. But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. We'll head out to Jool next time, and until then, hope you have a good one. Later.